I think that yoga and Ayurveda are the most immense gift that Ayurveda gave to us. The therapists have only the possibility to help the patient in the follow of the dinacharya, for example. My dream is that all the people have access to the Ayurveda in different way, also in the managing the dinacharya.
Namaste. It's a great pleasure to introduce Carmen Tosto, a yoga teacher turned to Ayurveda, and from last 25 years she has been exploring the potentials of Ayurveda in Italy. Namaste.
Namaste.
You are a yoga teacher from many years. So what made you to turn to Ayurveda?
Was a slow movement because I started practicing yoga at 18. And after some years, I met my teacher, another teacher, and was an yoga teacher from Tamil Nadu. The name is Swami Jyotimayananda. And little by little, I started with him to learn about Ayurveda. And for me, it was immense love immediately. Yoga and Ayurveda for me are the fundament of my life.
You have seen a lot of yogic exposures with different people. Also, you also become very skilled in Ayurvedic therapies too in the last 25 years. So how is your experience as a technician or a very senior therapist? How is your experience in Italy?
Now in Italy, finally, from some years, we have a recognition about the profession of therapists. But still, in Italy, there are some strange ideas about Ayurveda. They think that Ayurveda is only fitness, is only wellness, not a real medicine. So our job is very hard. Mm-hmm. From the last 20 years, we try to put Ayurveda in the right way. But little by little something changed. But also in the yoga field. You know that now yoga is a fashion. You can find the most strange way of doing yoga.
When I began studying Ayurveda, I had a completely different mind because of our Western education is really different. And so in these 20 years I have to change my mind and the kind of my thinking also. And was really great experience, really enriching me and my practice also in Italy. When I see patients, I cannot think without Ayurveda now. It's a great honor for me to be a teacher in Ayurvedic point. The young people coming and have a lot of question and curiosity about Ayurveda, and it's really beautiful to give something I learned there and here to them. I see transformation in their minds and relationship with Nambi and Devi and the family or teacher, the teachers here and in the forest, in all the places is really an experience really great, and also not only at the level of mind, but at all levels, also spiritual level, and also in the way of living.
Along with Antonio Morandi, you also become part of the Ayurvedic point from the beginning. And yoga become very common to many years before, but to becoming an Ayurvedic person is more challenging.
Of course.
To treat with people, heal with handle, and also there is shortage of medicines, sometimes like oils. So how was your perception in the last 20 years of this as a handling with the patient?
Yes, many things have changed. Because when we started, there was no medicine, no oils. Little by little we ask some help from India, of course. And also from the patient view, something changed also. Because now, for example, many patients come to us with the idea how to improve the health.
Mm-hmm.
So we can explore at the maximum level the power of Ayurveda, preventive, not only for cure the disease. And I think that yoga and Ayurveda are the most immense gift that Ayurveda gave to us.
From last 21 years now, you're also a teacher in the Ayurvedic point, and you might have come across nearly 400 or 500 students.
Yes.
A great thing. So how you see the inquisitiveness or the thirst of learning in the people, and what are the challenges you face?
Is a challenge every day, because what is very tough in our mission, because it's not a job for us,
Yes.
is to change the mind of the people, is to change the way of looking at the world of the thing. Because it's not a matter only to be expert in some technique, is to feel and to experiment Ayurveda inside. And this means to change something. And we have a lot to learn from the Ayurvedic test. We found our teaching on the Chatuspada, where all the 4 pillars are so important. And from the side of the therapist, Anurakta is the first thing, very important thing. Also the most difficult, like ahimsa in yoga. The first step is the most difficult. Yes.
You have been with also association with SNA from last 20 years. So how is your experience? Every year you are coming with a large group. Of course, there are also doctors, but a majority also therapists. And also they are having some hands-on practices, which is not, many things may not be able to do really there. So how is your experience with the SNA association and all these things?
It's not an experience, it's a life. Because for me, it's to come back at home. I really feel like at home. There is the source of the knowledge here. And I'm very happy to bring here my students. Also for us, for my students, is a big job, because they have to change something. They have to learn how to see the reality, how to see Ayurveda in this proper way. And for some people it's easy, for some other people it's not easy. Because, Western people carry many mistakes about India. Many errors and a big ego. So I think here we have the possibility to put down our ego. And so in that way it's possible to emerge in a real Ayurvedic perspective.
Actually, for me, Ayurveda was very important just to know more about me, myself, the environment, and my idea or lifestyle would like just to achieve. That's why I finally decided to start in this type of medicine. So this was practically my first goal, was to be in Ayurveda. I've been in India several times, and every time for me is a very good experience. Even here is more and more interesting for me. Despite I've been in India several times, now here is the opportunity for me to go in deeper and deeper in studying this marvelous medicine. So the opportunity for me was also to practice, to see what really are the bases, plants, oil. So that's really, really amazing. Compared to what we can study for the book, that was amazing for me. So good experience. In these days in general, the idea to see really the root of Ayurveda here. So see really what's the preparation to oil, medicament. So that's the point, I think. And to practice here the treatment.
Do they feel also some difficulties when they are in here to learn things like therapies or anything? Any such challenges you have?
No. They are very happy because they have the possibility to touch with the first hand some material. For example, in Italy we do not have all this kind of beautiful medicine that you have. And this is a very challenge for us because we have to learn and to try the way to do the best therapy in Italy with the material that we have.
And what are the legality also? For example, of course, there are doctors coming there. They have a possibility that they can practice Ayurveda, but like a nursing profession, what will be the future of this therapist as a profession in the country like Italy?
In our dream,
Yes.
but this is also a reality. Now they have the possibility to work with some doctor.
Good.
This was the best, so we can live the Chatuspada really. But they have the possibility to have also their own private studio.
Okay.
Of course, there are some limitations because in Italy, diagnosis and prescription are only medical act.
Okay.
So the therapists do the therapy, but not only this. The therapists have only the possibility to help the patient in the follow of the dinacharya, for example, in all the preventive measures that Ayurveda have.
So something like a physiotherapist?
Yes.
But they are permitted to use oils like Chirabella, this type of things?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
right. Okay.
yes. We
So
can
it is
use,
legally possible?
Yes, it's possible. We want to be sure that the materials are perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
So we want a material good,
Very
very well registered and with a good importer.
Okay.
This is very important for the safety of the patient and also for the therapist.
And how you dream the future of Ayurveda in Italy? What is your dream?
My dream is that happens with the Chinese medicine, that it could be very, very full adopted also from the sanitary level, because for now it's not like this. My dream is that all the people have access to the Ayurveda in different way, also in the managing the dinacharya. This is a very important topic, as Vastavritta, in the last time, obviously, more.
We also heard that Ayurvedic point, of course we started with the doctor's course and therapist course. We also heard that it also has some new courses like Satva.
Yes.
So can you just elaborate?
Yes. This year we project and we perform this new course called Vastavritta with the aim to help the healthy people to maintain their health with Dinacharya, with Satvritta, and many other suggestions. But in our mind, we have also the idea how to project a course for veterinary people.
Oh,
it could be nice.
Wonderful.
How to treat animals in different way.
Of course, in the Europe, the total population of domestic animals may be higher than the human being.
In every family we have almost one cat, one dog, so why not? Because we know that Ayurveda works a lot, very well with animals.
Okay, that's a great dream.
Yes, and another great dream is to have a clinic.
Okay.
A clinic in Italy. with doctor, with therapist, yes.
Like a hospital.
Like a hospital, really hospital, yes. And to work, finally.
Definitely we hope you will have a great opportunity, because things are also changing in India, and some support of India also will come.
Yes, because we need this kind of support.
Yes,
a lot.
I think so. And thank you very much for joining us and giving a wonderful interaction. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
The difference between before and after Modi government for Ayurveda were the difference between an understated Ayurveda and instead a full-fledged Ayurveda after the government of Modi ji. Because Ayurveda with the government of Modi ji has been brought to his full importance. With the establishment of the Ministry of Ayush, that has been the very first step of this changement. And this changement you can feel. I can feel as a foreigner here in India, but it's felt also from outside. It's just a change of consideration in what is really important in the tradition. And Ayurveda is tradition, and the tradition of Ayurveda is the tradition of life. And the government of Modi is supporting this tradition of life and tradition of Ayurveda. The difference is absolutely outstanding.